Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambeau channel. A bit more volatility today, but thankfully the election is over tomorrow. United States presidential election. Of course, that's not the only thing that will be on the ballot, but that's the big one everyone's most interested in. But once this is over, I think it's going to clear the skies. So what we're seeing at this point, the fact that we haven't seen the crypto market led by Bitcoin ripping to new all-time highs, it's been consolidating since March. Historically not surprising, historically. And yes, we hoped it could have happened sooner. It was certainly plausible to think based on various chart formations. Many analysts argued that we could have seen movements much higher, much sooner. But here we go, history rhyming with itself. In hindsight, I don't think we should be that surprised. But like I said, clear skies after this. Even if, maybe XRP, Bitcoin, the whole market, maybe it doesn't literally take off the day after. Could take days or weeks or a month or who knows. But the point is, historically, once that event is over, you see notable moves to the upside. And so I'm going to share with you perspective from multiple chart analysts, including a few XRP chart analysts. And one of them argues, as far as XRP goes, number go up, and states what he believes the dream scenario would be for XRP. And ultimately, I'll just share this. My dream scenario for XRP, even if I sell all of it before this, would be seeing XRP hit double digits. So new all-time high, price discovery, double digits. And it's totally plausible based on historic precedent, how XRP has moved in the past, how other coins with this much money in them have moved, in terms of multiplier effect in previous cycles. Absolutely, that's on the table so far as I'm concerned. But before going any further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. As I record this video, it's 8:07 p.m. Central, Monday, November 4th, 2024. XRP at 50 cents, Bitcoin at just over $68,000, but we did see a dip today. Bitcoin got as low as $66,890, scaring some lettuce hand people out there. XRP got as low as 49.6 cents. Just moving in tandem with the markets. You can see that dip happen for XRP and Bitcoin exactly at the same time. Not surprising there. This is what alive coins do. Alive coins move with the broader crypto market in a notable way, with in this case, certainly reasonable volume here. Dead coins don't quite look like that, do they? Sure, you can see even for some of the lowest of low cap coins, a correlation, but man, it does not track as closely as you see XRP track Bitcoin. Here's a crypto fear and greed index, 70 out of 100, so the market still is in greed, despite this most recent drop. And let's talk just briefly about Bitcoin, and then I want to spend the rest of the video on XRP. But there's still this question of, to what degree might Bitcoin pull back if it's going to pull back? And most analysts, I will tell you this, I see typically, for the ones that don't think we're going to see Bitcoin tank precipitously to the downside in some sort of crazy fashion, which is most analysts, frankly. They're talking about a range of, $65 to maybe $69,000, $70,000. I keep seeing roughly that from a ton of different analysts. And so the fact that we've been doing this in recent days, not terribly surprising. That's the range until we finally see a break one way or another. And so Credible Crypto shared this Bitcoin USD chart and wrote the following. Lower time frames looking very constructive here. Bitcoin looks to be forming a bottom here for that push to all-time high. The yellow line on my chart that we tapped to mark our Pico bottom is a very important retest level. If you want to know where it came from, zoom out on the monthly time frame and it should be clear. Now let's get that move to all-time high and trap some late bulls. Okay, so you might be thinking, wait a minute. Hasn't Credible Crypto recently been warning that we could see Bitcoin crash even as low as the upper 40,000s, maybe $48,000, $49,000? Yes, he has been saying that. Has he abandoned that concept? No, he has not. And he is the only one that I follow that that still thinks that may be in the cards. But don't count him out. Sometimes, first of all, minority positions can be correct. I've certainly seen that as well. And frankly, he's among the best out there, and certainly as it pertains to short-term price action, pretty much the best that I've seen. And so, yes, he has noted, here's a separate post, I'm not going to read the whole thing just for the sake of time, but he has noted importance of the $65,000 to $69,000 range. But then you have this post. Somebody was asking him, so don't you think a nuke to $49,000 would be destructive to market structure? I would not be expecting that to recover anytime soon. That's somebody named Decode. And that was reposted by Credible Crypto. And here's what he had to say about a dip potentially going that low, which will scare the hell out of everyone, except for people like me and Credible Crypto and maybe you. At least if it happens, you'll be aware that this is something that was potentially in the cards. Does not mean the sky is falling. It is not the end of the world. Crypto is still going to be here the day after, and it's going to stick around. No, it's nothing to freak out about. But here's what he had to say. I mean, it would be brutal, that's for sure, but certainly wouldn't damage market structure in the way most people think it would. In fact, a pullback to sub $50,000 from here would just be a proper test of the fourth subwave of the prior impulse, which is perfectly healthy in terms of pullback depth. Our macro/major fourth, green, had a deeper pullback than that without invalidating structure. And so I will say his argument's certainly not lost on me. I mean, even just jumping in 2017, I remember looking at what Bitcoin price action had done for that year. Now, mind you, I didn't jump in until the tail end of 2017. I jumped in November. But I look back at the price chart, I'm like, holy hell, this thing's it's been all over the place. There are multiple pullbacks that market cycle in 2017 of over 30%. So seeing something like this, I understand it's going to scare people, but you know what I'm going to do if that happens? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I'm just going to sit here happily holding my bags. Because ultimately, crypto pie gets bigger, and I believe that having broad exposure, as I certainly do, holding 42 different cryptocurrencies, XRP is my largest bag, I believe that's going to pay off. And it's certainly worth a lot more than what I put in. I've been letting time do the heavy lifting, as one does when investing, right? Here we have a post from chart analyst Dark Defender, and he says, "Hi all, we closed the monthly candle for October. XRP bounced back from our support level. The daily indicators are oversold. The daily trend is bullish. Weekly and monthly trends are still in the red, so watch out for the support lines." And then he cites the resistance levels at 52.86 cents, 60.44 cents, and 60.49 cents. He cites the supports as, and this will scare people, but look, and I'll just give my personal opinion as somebody who is admittedly not an analyst, and I don't want to be one. I'll be surprised if we see the lower support level he cites here, unless Bitcoin really does tank, and then I'm like, well, okay, then it's on the table. I wouldn't be surprised, just based on my experience being in crypto for this long. You can, because look, he's citing 48.64 cents as support. Okay, we got close to that today, literally. But then the lower one, 39.17 cents. And I'll just say, in my experience, you don't see drops like that, certainly in a bull market, in a vacuum, unless it's something to where, like, say XRP's already run and it's, bubble inflated pops, then you can see some crazy drops, it by itself, sure. But if you're talking where the asset class is just broadly speaking, just been ranging sideways, XRP just goes down to 39 cents for some reason and Bitcoin doesn't, highly doubtful. Just in my experience, and you don't need to be a chart guy to recognize that. I'm not. You don't need to be. It just doesn't happen. Like it really doesn't. It doesn't tend to anyway. You could probably find some outlier instances, but no, I don't think that's probable. Certainly, and not that he's even saying that. But here's a post also from chart analyst Bobby A talking about XRP ETH pair. And this has been fascinating, as I've highlighted plenty of times. XRP priced against ETH and Bitcoin. I mean, it's happened within the last several months, and then for the vast majority of that time, XRP had just been moving up and then a little bit sideways, and there has been a test to the downside recently, but XRP still seems to, at least at this point, have found its true market bottom. Doesn't mean it can't find a new one, but given the various metrics that I've been highlighting in all sorts of videos where I'm talking about price, I'd be kind of surprised if we hit a new low. But either way, even if that happened, markets find bottom, so it's not something that would scare me. It wouldn't be the end of the world. We're just talking in terms of probability here. But XRP against ETH here, which is fascinating to see, because I think XRP is going to just dwarf any returns you're going to get from ETH this market cycle. It's been putting it to shame over the last several months. Came back down to retest, and so Bobby A was highlighting that. Then you had this post from chart analyst Crypto Insight UK, and he shared the same chart. I mean, well, XRP ETH chart anyway. And but he also shared XRP BTC, and he said they both look like they're bottoming and itching to reverse on the daily. Right, and so he notes that there's a bullish divergence on both actually. That's XRP ETH, and then for those of you looking at the screen, here's XRP BTC. So you can see XRP substantially outperformed ETH and Bitcoin, pulled back to a degree that I'd say is notable, but still the bottom was in June, and it probably will remain the bottom, not a guarantee. But either way, markets do this. They move up precipitously to the upside, They smash back down to test what used to be resistance as support, and then many times they do continue the upside. And given that XRP is supremely undervalued against Bitcoin, I'll not be surprised at all when this market moves up and an XRP rips to the upside against Bitcoin. XRP will substantially outperform it. That's my personal opinion. Crypto Insight UK also shared this post. He wrote, "The dream scenario, a dream XRP scenario." And again, for me, I already said mine. Double digits, so all-time high price discovery, double digits. But of course, there can be other aspects outside specifically of what's happening just with price action, as he cites here. And so I think this is actually a pretty good one here. But he wrote, XRP pumps into Trump win. Gensler sacked. Well, folks, I think that's going to happen almost certainly, almost no matter what. I just, fine. I mean, if Harris wins, maybe it's on the table, he sticks around, but there have been rumors that, maybe there's just some rumblings. I don't know if there's much to it, that there could be a change there. But anyway, then he says, pump continues, appeal dropped. Again, he said this under a Trump win. So if you're talking about Gensler sacked and appeal dropped, under different leadership, yeah, actually, that could happen. And then he cites BlackRock ETF. Okay, that one would be incredible. In fact, so there's been a few XRP ETFs filed. And I think ultimately, no matter what, we get an XRP ETF, multiple of them. I don't know if they're going to pass right now in the SEC. I think it's pretty clear they're happy to harm the XRP ecosystem. Maybe somebody has to sue them to finally get the ball rolling on this to actually get approvals. Maybe not. But I would just say this. If BlackRock applies for an XRP ETF, given their connections, I'll not be surprised to see them actually approved. That would increase my confidence they'll actually get approved. BlackRock is filed for, I don't know, I can't remember the exact number, but even early in January, before the Bitcoin approval, it was like 574 or something like that. And they, out of all the filings for ETFs they've ever filed, they lost one. And I think, if memory serves anyway, it might have been like some sort of clerical style error or something like that. But anyway, everything else. So I'm just saying, if they file for an XRP ETF, I'm like, they probably know what they're doing. They probably already know the answer. Let's be real here. Or else I don't think they'd waste their time on it. So we're going to find out soon. We're not going to be ranging here much longer. That would be my expectation. Q4 historically is absolutely fantastic for the stock market and the crypto markets, historically speaking. So I'll just maintain, yeah, we got to go through a little bit more of this, but the best is yet ahead, and we really are not far away. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.